Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of testimony from people online about how vaping saved their lives. Um, my story is not that dramatic, but I guess it is very possible that it has added several years, potential years, to my life, um, and probably quality ones at that. Because I took up vaping on January 3rd of this year. I was one of those lucky types who did not feel the need for a cigarette from the moment I started using my box, which, by the way, I'll share with you is a Joy Tech eVic 2 Mini. Next week I'm hoping to get a different tank. The Cubus Pro is not bad, but I want something with a little more capacity on it. Anyway, back to the point. My initial reason for switching to vaping is because I saw a friend at work, who also happens to be my boss, have such success with his 70 days cigarette free. Now, I thought to myself, cool, for the money saving aspect of vaping, much cheaper than real analog cigarettes. Anyway, so I picked mine up. I still had 3/4 of a pack of cigarettes on me when I bought it, but I never touched one again after that. I think, I don't know it for a fact, but I think um, it's very possible it saved my life because in the last 10 years I've had 3 blood clots. See, now I didn't realize this when I first started, but you see, smoking gets into everything. I always knew it was bad for me and that I should quit, but when I began researching the vaping aspect of the habits, almost in an incidental fashion, I've learned just how much smoking gets into everything. It gets into your reproductive system, even. It gets into your circulatory system, which probably explains my blood clots. It gets into your digestive tract. It gets into everything, and I'm lucky I haven't had any serious issues yet, but, well, I did have the 3 blood clots, but I didn't realize how bad I felt. I was always tired. I couldn't run for the bus. Couldn't even take a full breath. But I hadn't been diagnosed with cancer or anything yet, like some people. From the moment I picked this thing up and started using it, that 3/4 of a pack of cigarettes I had, I threw it out a week later, untouched. The thing about vaping is that its effectiveness for me, and I mean, I have tried the other methods. I've tried the pills. I never tried the gum, but I tried the patch. And I never tried the inhaler thing. The intelligent thing about this now, I've read the reports of, what do they call it? The trash science reports. The ones that say this is bad and that is bad. That there's antifreeze in this. That's not true. I mean, there's propylene glycol in antifreeze, but they actually put that in there to make it less harmful. But the intelligent thing about this and why it's effective for me is because it addresses the whole habit, the whole dependency. The patches, the gum, they only address the nicotine. But the thing about the smoking habit is more than that. It's a ritual. The act of putting something in your mouth, inhaling, exhaling, seeing a plume of smoke, or in this case vapor. The physical, the visual cues, this addresses them all. While at the same time, according to the British College of Physicians, being 95% less harmful to me. And they actually say it's probably more than that, but they can prove 95 in their report. They can't back up. They're saying it's probably closer to 99% less harmful to me. It's all there. The visual cues of the smoke, the physical cues of this, it addresses the whole habit, short of actually lighting this on fire. So I think this is the way to go. And I think if the Canadian government goes the route of the American government, they're making a huge mistake. Yes, I do believe in restrictions. I do believe in some of the things they want to do, the right advertising, the right packaging, the right controls, the right regulations. But I honestly believe this is saving lives. You know, when I first started, I started at 6 milligrams of nicotine. I've already, like I said, it's been 4 weeks, I've already worked my way down to 3. I will eventually work my way down to 0, and who knows, after I'm at 0, I might vape for a while and give the whole thing up, or I might keep vaping. But when I'm down to 0 nicotine, it's basically propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, and then food-grade flavorings. And according to other reports I've read, even secondhand vape, they say, you know, they tested it and they found, big surprise, vapor. Nothing more harmful than what's in the usual surrounding air. There is trace amounts of nicotine, but the way I heard it described is you get more nicotine from eating 2 tablespoons of eggplant than you do from secondhand vape. Back in the 80s, when the HIV thing really happened and the cases of people contracting the HIV virus from sharing needles, I'm talking addicts, of course, a phrase was coined, harm reduction. And this is tobacco harm reduction, because nicotine itself is not all that harmful. It does a couple of things. I don't know the exact details, but schizophrenics use nicotine. It's prescribed to them. Come on. Save lives. Get into the harm reduction thing like you should have been from the start, like the US FDA should have done. I feel sorry for the Americans down south because they're losing out on something that will save lives.